Yo, this is Nomifactory hard mode, part 20. And today we need to do, yeah, a bunch of stuff. Uh, um, we have some resources now. So yeah. The first thing I want to do is actually craft, so 6 of those guys. Which means we need to craft no, not these, but 3 more extruders, and then we can do some yeah. So how much do we have left here? Yeah, 2.9 million. That's fine. Here we have also some stuff left. We need some Kantha, right? These guys, I think. No, these ones here. So 4 times 2 times 3, 24, right? 24 divided by 3 is 8, right? So we need 8 iron, 8 of these, and 8 of these. And yeah, we need more chrome. But let's first get all of the Kanthan, and then we can continue with that stuff. Sulfuric acid we also maybe need to do a little bit more, but this should also be kind of a quick and easy how do you say, a quick and easy thing to do. Basically we need to automate now everything. That's kind of the whole point. And yeah, we also need to do a lot of chemistry. But yeah, one of the biggest points is now to actually make the EBFs, and also a little bit this one here is pretty easy. Make the the vacuum freezer automated. So yeah, this should take 11 seconds, so not that much. Should be under 20 seconds, so 2 minutes. Currently we're crafting some plastic parts, yeah. Okay, let's in the meantime look a little bit. Yeah. So the tooth. So why do we want to have the EBFs? We don't. I don't want to say far, but we have some quite some steps to go until we can really autocraft machines. But for now, I just want to have like a bunch of super chests so that we can store here most of these parts. So we can do the auto processing or the processing of this stuff here. We can then do it like quite easily. This one here. Yeah, this would be also some water that we can. We won't store clay dust. Don't worry. Yeah. And we also need to do the cutting machine. That's very important. I actually don't know if we want to do polyethylene in terms of ethanol and so on, and sulfuric acid. Okay, what else do we need? We need 24 of those guys, right? I could maybe do a recipe, but yeah. I also did the advanced pump, by the way, so 3 times 3 is 9. This will be then something. Oh wait, then we need to add these guys basically to the. So I think we need like 4 or so. Yeah, 4 interfaces. Or wait a second. 4 plus 1, 2, 3. 7. Okay, we're missing just some steel and some SMD transistors, which is quite easy, I would say. Because steel is basically what we want to automate anyways. So what is it? SMD transistors, right? So we need with gallium file, we should have some. Okay, then let's just make a recipe for that. And the problem is also we have only a limited amount of space. Can we do it now? Yep, perfect. Yeah, so steel. Is it actually? Oh my god, that's cool. But we have only one. Yeah, so for steel we basically only need iron, carbon, and oxygen, right? So this is quite, or should be quite easy. What about these guys? Let's quickly do some steel. Okay. Ah, yeah. Okay, perfect. Yeah, we can add some co-processor units so that our crafts can be actually done. And yeah, we need a bunch of copper nickel. So I think we still had some copper here, yeah. Nice. And some iron. Thought we also had some iron here. No, it's only nickel. No, what is it? Ah, it's 4 times, okay. No, we need 6, okay. But we should have some gold, right? Yeah. Okay, no, then we can craft electric pistons. Yeah. Do they really take some? Apparently, yeah. Yeah, we need to first. It's about having everything, and then we can worry about speed. Okay. Of course, the interface for still had some Kanta. Okay. Yep, nice. Yeah, we need to do more SMD transistors, right? We don't have any more, right? Yeah, only 6. Gold cable. No. Yeah, we also maybe need a second assembler. No. Okay. HV motor. No. Yeah, you should, or I should. We should auto craft a lot more. So, motor should be then 3, right? And we're missing electrum, okay. Usually electrum It is not the correct electrum recipe. We usually only will use dust for that. That's kind of the idea. And later on, I think this is the only thing I didn't decide yet on. And that is how to automate the alloy smelter. There is an alloy blast smelter, right? Pretty easy. And it can do brass and so on. But the problem is, for example, for copper nickel, you need 2. For copper, for bronze, you need 4. And I think the idea would be to use give me a second, HV piston. Yeah, come on. This should be here 9, right? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we can't do any gold cables, right? Fuck. Gold cable. So yep. How many do we need? I think 6, right? So, we are not finished with this one. Oops. This is hydrogen, yeah. Oops. We actually need bolts, right? But we need... Oh, then I didn't do enough. Okay. I wanted... Yeah, we need actually one more. To be honest. What is this, dude? Okay. So now we need for the MV pump, right? So first of all, we need a rotor. What is the rotor? It's usually the bronze rotor, right? Yeah. So thank you. MV pump. Yep. Okay, perfect. Now the question is, can we do a pump? When I can write it correctly. Okay, so we should be able to do a dual interface, right? No. Okay. Let's get some gallium foil. What do we need for the cards? Yeah, for this one we need aluminium, electrical steel calculation. So this is 1, 2, 3 recipes. Okay. And we don't have that many because we need here a fluid solidifier. But wait a second. We can autocraft patterns, right? When we have this SMD transistors. We need to invest now, I think, 3 interface cards. Let's do them. Yep. Electrical steel. How much steel do we have, by the way? 55 only. Ah, but no, we need 4. No? Yep. That's a recipe, but we have 4, right? Because we also need to bend that. Yeah. And then at least. Okay, but then. First, let's do the SMD again. SMD. So that these guys can finally do that. Let's get like 8 more. Yeah, you know what? We're missing 1 silver wire. Okay. Then let's not do this. Silver wire. Yeah, because we need so many. How much? Oh, 1,500. Yeah, we should. Wait. We have a lot of. Yeah. We have a lot of final need copper. Okay. Yeah. At some point, we should be able to do, or should be going into, what is it called? Yeah, distillation. So that we get like a bunch of oil, and then with the oil, we can then finally do some better oil processing, in my opinion. That is a very important, how do you say issue, but point that we need to address. And 1 chemical reactor is not enough. It takes like 8 seconds. That's why we need yeah, we just have to wait for. We have enough iron 3 chloride, right? Yeah. Because now we need basically like 2 storage buses. Or actually only 1. This is hydrogen. And yeah, we also need some more fluid scale. It takes quite a while until this is. But now we have like a bunch of carbon dust. Okay. So we want to do this is I think right aluminium we have. Yeah, an aluminium wire. This one? No. This one? This one? Yeah, the card. And the interface card. And this can now be set to the dual interface. That is crazy. I didn't know that this worked now. What? And now this thing is full. Okay, we need some silicon. Yeah, we have so much raw rubber pulp, that's crazy. Okay. Yeah, maybe we do. How much? Oh, we don't have any sulfuric. Okay, then let's do some sulfuric acid. We don't have the water, but we need the oxygen, right? So we need a dual interface. On 2. Then on nothing. Then on nothing. Okay. So one dual interface, one storage bus. So fluid interface. Yeah, we need also some coprocessors. Wait, what? We stalled? Where do we stall on? Ah. Yeah, it was the raw rubber pulp that didn't move. Because I think polyvinyl or no, we have only 62 bars. It's not that much. Huh. But yeah, chlorine will be one of the next ones. Yeah. But yeah, we need to do super chests now. This is kind of the point. But let's do sulfuric acid first, because I think we can do it now. It's just one dual interface and one storage bus that we need to do. Yeah. But I think, yeah, let's get maybe back to the, so now we can do in the assembler some more stuff. Stuff that we actually need. I would actually encode now gold cable because we need that so much. Can we do... No, okay. Let's encode this one here as well. Then we also need silver. Okay, we can do them, but we also need to do this. And yeah, then I think, yeah, the whole 9 yards again, right? Unfortunately. Yeah, we need motor, right? Can we do... Yeah, we also don't have that much stainless steel anymore. But I think motor should be the last thing that we want to do right now. Actually, maybe we want to do it like this. Yeah, SMD stuff and so on we can then add when we need them. But currently, I think we have everything that we need. So dual interface. Let's go, boys. I would have actually needed one more dual interface. One more interface here. Okay, you. I don't think that we need that anymore, right? But maybe we need another interface. That could maybe be something. But we would have needed two, right? No, only one. What I'm talking about. Let's go. I don't mind the crafts taking that long. Like really. It's so good that you can craft them. So yeah, the dual interface is for this guy here. Yeah, we have to put in, like, I think here number 2, because here's number 1, right? Then we can do another dual interface. If we can do that. Wait, what? Aha. That's why we did it. Okay, let's so we have no, we need a storage bus. We need an interface. This one. And then we need a pump, right? Usually the fluid dual the fluid interface fluid dual interface, dude, what the fuck? Is a lot faster than the... But yeah, you really have to prioritize what to do first and what to do next and so on. And I think this is really important. Yeah, we just need a pump. Pump. Should be able to do that, yeah. And it also should be fast. Fast. Yes, we can do steel quite now, but we are, I think, pretty close. Okay, now we should have some oxygen here. Perfect. So sulfur dioxide. Sulfur trioxide. And then we have sulfuric acid. Yeah, let's do everything here over there. Now dual interface, right? You're kidding me. Oh my god, we don't have a broad script. Hello. Yeah, we should have done the last one. That's why we maybe need a second lathe, by the way. But now we can do 32 pumps. So this is for the arc furnace. So very important. Oh yeah, what I wanted to say about this one here. You need like multiple of these. And then you also need to fluid solidify them. So basically to this one here. And yeah. For example, here you need 5. Here you need 2, 3, 2, 3, 5. What we can do is, for example, PA. No. Processing array. This one, when we can do sonarium on LUE. This can do max parallel thick 16. This can do 64. This is kind of the bigger one. What it can do basically, or what it does, is you build it like this, right? And then you can put something in there. Yeah. So the idea would be, because everything else has an alloy smelter. What? Why are you stalled? Very easy fix, but important. Yeah, we want to do the super chest that we can then finally. But yeah, we need to do, I think, polyvinyl chlorine. A huge ton next. For that we need some, ethylene and so on. Because yeah, every storage bus basically takes one MV circuit, and each super chest needs like 2 or 4 LV circuits, which is quite a lot, I would say. But yeah, let's do steel first, and when we can, I have to release. Sorry, I have to really see what needs to be done for, like, when we can do ethylene, we can also do we can also do polyvinyl chloride. This is not the problem. The problem is about ethylene. So where, how, why, and when do we get them? Oh, I think I can do that right now, right? Yeah. We need some. Let's get like 16 or so. Flukes. So Where do we get the most ethylene? From propane, ethane. Yeah. We could have, whatever. Yeah, we could do ethanol and sulfuric acid. We also could do glycerol, right? Glycerol is just hydrogen, no, sodium hydroxide. And yeah, but it's really you get a lot of biodiesel from that. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, ethanol automation is also not that straightforward, I would say. Yeah, we could do a distillery, right? But always waiting for PVC is also not that great, I would say. Oh my god. So now we can do, and this is very important. Dude. Oh my god. Didn't know how to do raw. Oh yeah. But we can also do near copper like this. Yep, perfect. Did we do this, by the way? Yeah. This one needs to go over here. And then steel ingot is just this here. Then important. Remove this. Remove. Yeah, you could get a little cheaper, but for now. Okay, anything else that I need to be aware of? Or that we need to do? We could do aluminium next. How much do we have with 56? Okay. So this is basically 112 circuit boards. Roundabout. The question is a little bit what is like really important right now. What should we do? Like the problem about ethylene is like with distillery. I think no, naphtha is not that good. Wait a second, I have to look that up. GTCEu. Oops. Okay, maybe we have to adjust that. Severely steam cracked light fuel gives 250. So severely steam cracked light fuel. Okay. So severely steam cracked light fuel should give us a and also the best propane. That's crazy. Okay. Yeah, this is a little bit expensive in terms of what we need to do for it. And you only get like 250, right? The question is also, is there a better way to get PVC? Or vinyl chloride? Maybe there is. ethylene, hydro... no, this is bullshit. Yeah, with ethane and a lot of chlorine. The problem is about ethane, right? you don't really get it. Hydrocracked ethylene. Severely hydrocracked naphtha. There you would also get, but usually naphtha you don't want to use. Only light and heavy fuel. But this could be an idea. Here you get only 60, right? But this should be the same. But yeah, I think we usually do it with the polyvinyl chloride and so on. Yeah. Okay. Let's do something different. Let's get another interface for our crafting. Yeah, the problem is not the storage, the super chest, it's the storage busters, I think. These are the most annoying in my opinion. Okay, yeah, we are. Pistons and so on. This is all. Huh. Yeah, what is the best way to actually get ethylene? Maybe we have to do it. Maybe we have to get a bunch of paintballs. Plant balls, dude. What the fuck? This is what I actually wanted to do with the SNAT, right? Oh man. And we also need to clean up here a little bit, especially this one. But I have found a good way on how to recycle stuff. So yeah. Which we can also use for automation, right? Yeah, it could be. So then we only have to do like one electrolyzer. Okay. Yeah. So the most important parts are what? We need iron ore, iron dust. Sorry, iron ingots, iron dust. Let's quickly go to the other side, or to my actual wall where I have the stuff. That's the PVC. That's. So here, this is the ugly contraption that we need to do. So basically, you put here an interface, then here an item pipe, then you have here your robo arms, and then you can just insert them like this. But yeah, and this here is the wall. This is basically all of the resources you can get from ores, or that you actually need from ores. The other ones are basically, I don't want to say useless, but you can just recycle them to something. And they're also missing salt and saltpeter. So what we would need is, because currently, or right now, the problem is not the resources anymore. It's more about, okay, can we store them? Okay, would need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This is 14, 15, 16. Yeah, 16 would be the 16 would be the magic number, I would say. Okay, what is so difficult in doing oil processing? We would need oops, this guy, right? So this is kind of for would need a lot of stainless steel, right? So this is what we don't have today or don't have currently. Mm-hmm. Hmm. For ethylene, for effective ethylene, and we also need oil cracking, right? Oil cracking. Does this need two? This needs only 283 seconds. What would we have to do? We would have to do severely steam crack light fuel, so we also need a fluid heater. This guy here, which is also kind of early. Yeah, I'm currently thinking about that. Yeah, we need to do more stainless steel, so let's do more stainless steel. There's no way around it. So we need more chrome and or should we do like 1 or 2 storage buses that we can then, for example, store the silicon and the aluminium, right? Yeah, let's actually do that. So we need a super chest, right? Without the storage buses right now. One super chest. And then yeah, we need this guy here. No, maybe here. Oops. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, like 2 or so. Super chest. Oh, let me see carbon. Okay. Carbon, we can actually. We have some carbon over here. Okay, how are we doing? We have fluid. Okay, no. Yeah, then let's do. We need 2 again on the list. There we go. Oops. Yeah, we also need a lot of chlorine processing, so rock salt will be one of the first ones I really want to do. So yeah. Yeah. This matchbox. What the fuck? But only with a paper. That's crazy. Yeah, I want to finish now the or get kind of close to the ore processing that it's finished. And that's a little bit the dream, so that we can just dump ores in and then we get all of the resources that we need. We get them out basically. I know, let's do like 4. Be a little bit crazy. Because I think we nonetheless have to do some more stuff. Okay. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, we also need more assemblers, right? We have to figure out now a way how to do yeah, how to do the oil processing. Because we also need a fluid rig, right? Fluid rig. Basic fluid drilling rig. Which is, I think, not so expensive, right? No. You just need some vanadium steel, some pumps, motors, circuit steel. It's actually not that bad. A link copper. That's a little bit expensive, right, in terms of what we need, but I think this should be possible. Because then we can kind of abandon here this guy. Yeah, we don't need it then anymore. Steam is also pretty easy. We just need a super chest, a super tank with some a super tank with some for steam, right? And the storage pads. How much lapis do we have, by the way? Oops. 22. That's a little bit low. That's why we need the one, by the way. But it's actually quite good for us. Yep. Second one was, I think, silicon, right? Anything else? No. That I think is important. Cadmium or rutile. Pyrite. We can put that here. Yeah, for redstone, we would actually need a storage bus. And glowstone. I think glowstone we can. Glowstone is something that we can put in here. And we have some more space a little bit. Yeah. Are you? Okay. Yeah, we have so much. We have so much silicon. That's crazy. It's 3K. Okay. What should we do now? Really, was it that much? Okay, that's crazy. Yes, we could do a super... No, super tank we can't do right now, right? But we also have not that many CPUs left. And we also have some silicon. Still here some silicon. Yeah, cutting machine is also not that important. I think this one here was, yeah. Yeah, I think oil is way more important that we can get now ethylene. And then we have to push through it a little bit. Okay. Then I would say chrome. So one we get 4. Okay, this is a classic. And yeah. Yeah. How much do we have? 411. That should be fine, but we should also get some in case we fall. So let's get some chromite. And uraninite. No chromite. I think I will do what does it play? I think, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, it's not that far off. How many would we need actually? This is okay. This is magnetite. Okay. Yeah, but we also have a miner, right? Well, oops. That's not what I wanted. Yeah.
Attention. You have moved into a universe that never existed. Last century will accompany you. Have a nice trip.
Yeah, it's mostly magnetite. We don't get that much chromite. We get a lot of magnetite, right? Which is iron and a lot of gold when we have the mercury for that. But I think we actually have that. But there's also, I think, gold, right? Yeah, and gold ore, and this gives like crazy amount, I think. Okay, but I think 21 is quite a good amount. Oh, okay, so it does continue here. Yeah, 32, not bad. Maybe a stack or so. This would be then how much? From one. We have this weird number, right? 7. Yeah, so it's not quite easy to pinpoint or to calculate. It's kind of a weird fractional value. Dude, we have so much magnetite. Is this some chromite? Yeah, let's see. Again, I said like a stack or so. Yeah, from endstone stuff, you get quite a lot of manganese as well. So this is kind of the main ingredient for, and I think nickel we also have right now, so we can do again at least to some degree. There's so much magnetite, holy shit. Dude. Okay. I was wondering where was the end. Okay, apparently it's not here. Okay, 51. Yeah, I think we have to start with oil, and then when we have oil, we can do ethylene way more easily, and then okay, 59 chromate, come here, 60. All this magnetite. It's not that different from oh. But yeah, I think we need to get something divisible by 7. But yeah, whatever. When was the yeah. Nope. But yeah, we can place all my because oh my god. Because I think here when you look in, oh my god, yeah. Okay, only 41. It's not so much, but yeah, we have a stack, and that's all that matters for now. Because we could do a lot of ruby, right? But who cares about ruby right now? No, we can put directly in here. Pitch blend and so on, magnetite. Yeah, that's all. Hold on, we get magnesium? Really? Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, but we need this one here. Okay, I have 29. Yeah, I want to have at least a stack or so because this would give us then. Yeah. Yeah. And we also need a combustion engine, right? For okay, why didn't I do? Should we do bolts maybe? Now we need to do and we also need to do oil processing, and we also need to do 4 EV circuits now. Okay. When we do want to do 4, then we need like 8 those guys, right? So we don't have any CPUs, and we also don't have any SMD resistors anymore. That's fine. Resistors, I think, are pretty easy, right? SMD resistor. Yeah, it's just some carbon fine electrum, and fine electrum is also pretty easy. That's why I've left that open. And we already have fine electrum. What do you need also fine electrum? That's something I would want to know. So this here should be 8. Perfect. Yeah. Yeah, automating that stuff will be a little bit finicky. But it should be also not that big of a deal. So we need diodes. 4 times 4, so 16. Do we want to do SMD diodes now? No, I think so. I think we will do these guys here. Let's get a recipe for that. Because polyethylene currently we have like still 35k. We really need that many. Apparently. Dude, what the 39? Oh my god. Yeah, we also could. We should do polyvinyl. No, iron 3 chloride. For that, we need chlorine, right? The chlorine we will be crazy about. Wait a second. What we need to do? Everything that is basically not stationary, we need to do void access stuff here. This is kind of important. Otherwise, this one here will be full. Yeah, okay, so for this one here, for the basic fluiding rig, we need to do some steel frame boxes. 19, I think. The solid stuff also takes 26. Okay. And the most important part is the fluid link cover, and then the oil. We want to do heavy oil, by the way. The thing is, so we need to do at a later stage. We need to do hawk, right? And also gasoline should be now our next. By the way, next thing. It's still going, dude. Holy shit. Yeah, sulfur could be something that we might want to put in a storage bus. Or in a storage in a super chest. Okay. Okay, we need to craft now the 16 diodes. Anything else? No. We need electrum wire. Ah, yeah, we need to do the stack. So 8 vibrant alloy. So we need 8 ender pearls. And yeah. 4. 4 and then we kind of have to do the most pressing matters first, or should do that first. But yeah, should be. Yeah, the fluid link covers, they are the most expensive, I think. We need a double stainless steel. We need some ender pearl plates. But these are not that big, right? It's just 18, right? Here we need an eye of ender, some chrome, and here as well some chrome. So we shouldn't do all of the chrome that we get. So here, okay, they're not done. Really, only 20? How much? With 84 chrome and only 20 chromite. Is it struggling or in terms of energy? No. Weird. Yeah, this is some talk that we did. We were the processing engineer. Then we need 4. No, let's do the diodes first. Oh, we need 16, right? Yeah. Anything else for these guys? No, I think the rest we should have, yeah. Are they? Yep. We should do the last. Wait, why is it ring? Oh my god, dude. Because we didn't do anything. Okay. Yeah, EV workstation. There's no way around it, unfortunately. So EV. Nice. So this costs us again. But sulfuric gas is quite fast. Yeah. Should we do a dual interface for the mixer? Or at least interface? I think so. We could do that. We also, we need a lot of stainless steel. That's for sure. I thought, wait, we put in 64. Put in 64. There should be at least 4 stacks lying around. Okay, we have that. Okay, never mind. I thought we only had like this amount. Okay, we have the EV workstations, right? Okay, perfect. No, let's actually. Can we do the H3 stuff? HV. Machine hole, right? So this guy and this guy, right? Yeah, like an assembler would actually be great. How many do we need? 2. Really? Oh, we don't have stainless steel here. Shouldn't be a problem now. Yeah, we have 57 chrome. That's quite good. Okay, all of this should be. This needs 2 pumps. This needs 2 pumps. Okay, so we need like 4 HV pumps. Pump. Yeah, I think we quickly craft them by hand, right? So stainless steel. Where do we need otherwise stainless pumps? Like, yeah, yeah, a lot of the HV is blue level maintainer. Okay, that's quite interesting. Blue regulator, infinite water. Ah, for the link covers. Okay, never mind. Then let's actually do that. This guy comes from here. We can't have any steel screws, so we need to kind of rely on. Yeah, I think it would be actually be better to do here the bolts, right? It's the bolts, man. Boltsman. So first of all, bronze screws. So bronze bolts. Then we can do steel bolts. And then we can in the lathe. Yep. Pop. Okay. Stainless steel rod. Yeah, you could do a lot of stuff with the extruder. But okay. Yeah, the link covers are also yeah, what I wanted to say. So let's talk oil a little bit. We are using currently a lot of raw oil. Raw oil is actually pretty bad. So you have 2 choices, and this is kind of important. Either you put it through a distillery or a distillation tower. The thing is, with oil, always do a distillation tower. Why? Because you get all of the stuff out before anything. We also need 4 copper nickel coils. Where's 3-4, my boy? Ah, 3-4. HV. Yeah, what what do I want to do? What is this, by the way? Lumium foil. Don't. No. But I think we need lumium wire, right? Whatever. Okay. So the only two things that we really should do is, or three things is either oil. Oil is like pretty standard in what it gives. It gives a lot of sulfuric gas that you don't really need. Sulfuric gas you only need when for refinery gas, and refinery gas is like only really important for raw gasoline. It gives a very little sulfuric heavy fuel. Heavy fuel is actually pretty important because of this one. Sorry, toluene. Toluene should be here. Yeah. Toluene you actually need for gasoline. You need it twice. So you need like 2,000. I think so, right? Yeah. Because toluene you also get really a low amount. You get here from severely steam cracked heavy fuel, you get 80. Light fuel you get 40. You get like the most. No, not even the most. You get the most from severely steam cracked heavy fuel. That's why you need so much heavy fuel, by the way. Because the other thing, you might say, okay, hey, wait a second. What about the octane? You also need like 2k of octane. Yes, but octane is like pretty easy to get because you get like 20 more. It's from lightly hydrochloric light fuel, by the way, basically. Let's get those two and do a cracking unit. And next thing is the distillation tower, right? Distillation tower. Okay, we need like 2 large stainless steel, so 6 or 12. Wolverino. That's just something that I observed the last playthrough, that doing oil is not as good as or even light oil is not as good as doing heavy oil. Because basically like here you have 60, 15, 50, and 20. Here you have 60, 250, 45, and 15. And raw oil is like just a better, worse. I know you get a lot of sulfuric naphtha. Okay, never mind. But you get like very little heavy fuel. And here you even get this, or you get a similar trend. So either it's oil or heavy oil, and heavy oil has kind of this huge, how do you say it? Yeah, the huge benefit for. Okay, distillation time. Yeah, over here. What we need first is a maintenance hatch. So, we only have like one. We need like 8 steel. That we need to plate. Then we need to do what? We need some tin wires, right? But I can do the tin cable. This is platinum. Yeah, we maybe need some more patterns. we do? Yeah, okay. What? We're missing 8 CPUs, holy shit. Okay. Yeah, but then... no. Oh, yeah. We should also maybe do another crafting CPU. Maybe. So that we can parallel process. Oh my god, we have a stack of chrome. That's actually very cool. I think you get a lot of chrome from chromite. Oh, and we also almost done. That's pretty cool. Pretty good. Yeah, these laser hedges are... I don't really like them. I never played with them. So they're, I want to say recently new, but a kind of new addition to Nomifactory. Before that you had to have kind of the... Okay. This should be divisible by 7, right? Let's get here our... it's important that we set that. Let's get here our oxygen going so that we can put these in. That should be quite something, right? How's this going? Okay. Still waiting on the... This is really so long. It's like 8 seconds, dude. Holy shit. Yeah, parallel processing in this state is not quite cool, I would say. We need the IV machines, and but IV is kind of crazy what we need to do for that. We need to get into get into the what's it called? By the way, we need 2, right? Is this one here also needs a maintenance edge? So yeah, still a... Okay, fair. Oh my god, yeah, we get a lot of chrome. Finally, link pattern. Steel LV machine. Yep. And yep. Pretty straightforward. Yeah. I just want to have like all of the... I actually do that, right? Let's maybe do an interface with this guy. Stainless steel. What is it? Should be the 3. Okay. Or should we directly do a dual? And the thing is, we also need some dual interfaces for... yeah, but it should be fine. Yeah, we can't because of the oxygen, right? 3,000? Holy shit, that's a lot. Yeah, but I think okay. This is the only thing that matters, right? Let's do some. Do we have some rubber? Yeah. Okay. Then we need to. Can we do? Okay. Let's. Come on, brain working. Um, Storage bus. It should be over here. You are kidding me, dude. Really, we need to do another. Can we do an HV piston? I don't think so. Yeah, let's do a quick and dirty solution for that. Over here, rubber. The stuff that is left. We would need two, right? So, let's do storage bus. Two of them, yeah. So that we can then now do iron 3 chloride. Only when we. Then we need some chlorine, right? Or we need to keep an eye on our chlorine. Yeah, but I think. Let's put these guys here back. Okay. Iron. It's actually pretty easy. We just have to do this. And then hydrochloric acid. So, when how many do we need now? So one for the fluid solidifier, one for the interface, one for the mixer. No. Let's no. Let's do here 3. Okay, we are missing lapis. Lapis is quite a problem. Okay. Then let's do some lapis. We also needed what? Higher. These guys. Okay, we're getting some stuff. No, what? Yeah, there's a lot of cinnabar, a lot of mercury. Mercury will be one of the next things that we really want to do. Sifting, yeah, should also be something that we need to do next, or should be doing, let's say, rather early than later. I think now when we have the ethylene and the oil and so on, then I think we're quite good in terms of um yeah, what we can do, because this is really the only bottleneck, quote unquote, that I don't like right now. um but yeah. I think now you actually have to sift through that, and otherwise you don't get the lapis lazuli. That's kind of the big problem. And once you mace rated it, you can't also smelt it again. That's kind of a big issue. Oh, wait a second. Yeah. But this will be just, I think, a little bit of a filler episode. Preparing some stuff. Yeah, maybe I do that. To get, we need at least one interface, so this is kind of, let's craft this one. This is what we need at least. It is the second dual is for this fluid solidifier. This is something that we maybe could do. But you still need the rings, right? You can just quickly fluid solidify that stuff. So, hope my naphtha is enough for that. 2.6 should be. Maybe we fill it up. Okay. Then we need to allow input. The recipe that we are after is stainless steel, which we can do with this one. Yeah, it's pretty easy, I would say. And then stainless steel ingots is then also pretty easy. I purposely put that here. So we need, yeah, we have, okay. 1, 2, right? Manganese, we will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. And this is now a little bit of a problem. We just need 2 more, I think. Yeah. We could also maybe put this one here away. Over here. Okay. Mm, nah, there should be, I think. So at least. No. Steering. Yeah, we also need to centrifuge them at some point. Hey, it's no. What the hell, dude? Vanadium steel? And here I didn't put anything, right? Hey. Crazy. Anything that we're waiting on right now? There's also the cobalt. Yeah. The cobalt, dude. The cobalt we need to put in here. I don't know. Can you do cobalt brass? Yeah, you can. And then what can you do with it? This is an item pipe, 1 stack per second. But doesn't the tin item pipe do a little bit more? No, okay, cobalt brass is actually better. In set regard. Yeah. 27 should be divisible by 9. Yeah, we will need like a bunch of distillation towers later on. This is why I'm so, I don't want to say adamant, but this is why I'm so cautious about chrome and so on. Yeah. Okay, this guy is here. Wait a second. Can we do, this is what I think I wanted to do, right? Maintenance hatch. Oh yeah. Ooh, yeah. But okay, 24. No, because here. Then. Oh, it's barely on the edge. I think so. No. Yeah, we just have to put stuff in there and then automate it. Nothing crazy. So this guy comes over here. Okay. What is 2 stacks times 9? Let's go. Okay, I would say I will kind of monitor that stuff over the next few hours. But yeah, how long does it take? Oh, only 14 seconds, so it's not that slow anymore. But divided by 2 times 14, right? 8,000 seconds divided by 60, 135 minutes. Yeah, like 2 hours or so. I hope that I have enough energy, right? It is. It's not doing well. Because it's still off the. But it should be then. Yeah, this is why I will monitor that. But yeah, see you guys next episode where we hopefully do then some oil processing to get ethylene, to get polyethylene and polyvinyl chloride, and then we can finally not worry about this stuff anymore. Which is kind of important in my opinion. Because this one here is also processing, right? Yeah. We got those, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, lubricant is also something. But this kind of the point is a little bit to have now a good foundation to craft like the basic stuff. We are quite there. I know the distillation tower was a little bit of a huge investment. We could have just said, okay, dude, kind of get the biochef yourself, and then you can put it in here. You get a lot of stuff, or you get a lot of biomass, and then you can put it through this guy. But also the it takes a while. Let's say it like this, and this is what I don't want, especially when we need to craft it in masses. Then we have a little bit of a problem. But yeah, I would say see you guys next episode, and bye bye.